Hey guys, Jason here, Samco Workshop. Today we're talking about don't underestimate the small holes. Every time I get closest I can to be stuck, I have not got stuck yet, but I've been close many times. It has been in a small hole, not one of the big ones that make you go, I don't know what's going to happen. It's always been, sorry, I'm out here hunting in a swamp right there, and I just heard something jump in there, probably gator. But it's the small holes that get you. Okay, and I'll show you a couple examples, but here's one right here. So we're coming through here. This is a road I travel quite often, but this hole is a perfect example because of the fact that it is actually dry right now. So we can see what this looks like. Okay, we can see how serious this really is. I mean, this stuff is just mud, mud, mud. You can see how deep these trenches are that go through here. Look at this. Okay, I mean, look at these trenches. Look at, I put my foot in here. I mean, you know, we're talking some serious mess here, and a wash that goes through the middle. See how all this water drains down and washes across here and goes right through here in the cemetery or into the swamp there. But every time you see this kind of a thing, you should be very careful. This is a wash and water blowing through that. You can see it there, so you know that there's going to be something like this in here. Now, normally this hole has water that's up to the banks here, you know, up to the banks here is, you know, it's, and if you look at my boot, you know, I'm wearing 17-inch boots, okay, and so that water is normally about 16, 17 inches high on top of having this hole, and then this hole having ruts wore through it that go right down in here another 8, 10 inches deeper, you know, and having this, so this becomes an absolute nightmare. And if you hit this side, you're pretty good. If you get over here, it gets pretty dang messy, and you can see where people are bottoming out and hitting stuff on here, and graders are fighting with it, and it's a mess here all the time. So you want to watch these little ones. If, like I said, had there been water over this, like I said, this could be a soupy, messy mess, and you get clogged up in here, and you start fighting through it. And again, you know, that's 8-inch deep trenches right here. Are they hard to drive through right now? No, cakewalk easy. I didn't, you know, two-wheel drive, any truck, two-wheel drive will come right through here. But add 15 inches of water on top of this, and this stuff being real loose and soft, and watch what happens then. It gets you pretty good. So the key thing is when you're going through these little holes to take advantage of the equipment you got. Okay, that's the beauty for me of having a Taser Mini in this thing, is I can use my rear locker and two-wheel drive, which I do constantly when I'm coming up to this one particularly here, when it is covered with water and this stuff is, it's not so bad coming into it, but then when you hit here and your front end bounces up and your back end hits there and your back end's digging to fight to get out of here, having a locker is a very nice thing. Okay, again, when this is all underwater, like I said, you can see how wet it usually is. Like I said, this is usually all underwater through here. So having that kind of stuff is a great thing. You're seeing some other examples right here too of holes that'll catch you off guard. So use the tools you got. With me having that Taser Mini, I can use my rear locker in 2 high. I can use both my front and my rear locker in 4 high. So I don't ever shift into 4 low anymore. I don't need to, because I have all that capability. But use it to your advantage. And if you can, walk those little holes. Walking them is the best way to know. The only way to know that this wash is here and how bad this wash is to walk this wash, to actually see, to actually get in to the water and walk it. Now down here that can get a little sketchy, because a lot of these, not on the main road like this, but a lot of the back ones, they got gators in them. Like I said, that's all swamp right there. That's all, you know, 4 foot deep swamp water everywhere in here, and there's gators all over in this stuff. So you got to watch that. But anytime you see a wash, you got to watch what's in there, and it's better to walk it. Now, the nice thing about having the lockers in here is it saves me a lot of walking. I don't have to walk these too much. I can creep into this being unknown under here. I can creep in slow, and if I get something I don't like, I got a choice to either go through it or to back up out of it, and I can do both. So that's a beautiful thing, and most Jeeps will, most trucks will. I'm not trying to make it sound like there's anything special about getting through any of this stuff, but I'm trying to tell you to watch the little ones. It is usually the little ones that get me. Those big long holes and things like that, and you know, running the creeks and driving through the riverbeds and things that I have to do sometimes, they don't bother you. They're not that bad. They're just a lot of water and a little bit of soft ground on the bottom and occasional rock. These are what suck you in. Okay, these are what get you. Are these washes They go, and you'll see it in washes and ruts. If you watch these 2 clips I'm putting in here right now for you, you see that my biggest battle is not the water, and it's not the little hole. It is the wash through the middle, and then the ruts that are in here that you got to try and climb and claw and fight your way out of when they're filled with water in there. So that's what I look at here. Somebody scraping right here as they came out of here. That probably hurt. When you look at, yeah, that probably hurt pretty bad. So if you look at this, they're going that way. Somebody's tire tracks come through here. Right as it drops into here, you can see this scraping right here. They knock all this dirt off. Their tires hit here. Look at how hard they hit right here. Wham! And dug all that up out of there. Okay, now again, they should have been going slower and seen this because of the fact that it's open right now. If it wasn't open and this was covered up with water like normal, you could see how that could be a real pain in the butt to deal with. And it's these little holes that get you. That is the key to this whole video. Watch out for the little ones. Use the capability of your vehicle. That is what you have it for. There is no shame in hitting lockers. There is no shame in going into 4 high or going into 4 low. There is no shame in any of that kind of stuff. It gets you through this stuff, and it lets you do it slow and controlled and not beat anything up or make them out. Look, I'm sinking in right here real bad too. But it'll let you get through this stuff without any worries. So there's my little tip for you when it comes to this kind of stuff. You know, use what your truck has, but mind the small ones. The small ones, the little ones that look like just a little puddle, like no big deal, like, it's right in the middle of a road, it's going to be fine. Those are the ones that, wham, I'm bouncing off the ceiling, or they're kicking my butt somehow, or I'm getting into them and then, whoa, 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 trying to get out of them. It is these ones. It is this stuff that can catch you all day long. So walk them. If you can't walk them, take them slow and controlled so you be ready, but have your vehicle set up to do it. So, all right, here we go. We got another little one here we're going to cross on this road, but a couple things caught my attention. First off, this. This means that people were stuck in here. That's why they throw this crap in here and then they leave it. And I got to be careful of that because I don't want to catch my diff or anything underneath on that. As I try to go through this, that's quite a bit right there when my wheels drop into the trenches. Also, you can see it is a creek. It is a wash coming through here. We want to look at that and make sure it's not too deep and not too overwhelming. This one is cakewalk easy, but this is super soft mud under here. Look at it coming up. Super soft mud, but not a big deal. This is cakewalk simple, but we also see this. I don't want to hit this on anything underneath my truck. We're going to remove that, get that out of there, get rid of that. And like I said, we're going to clear this log just fine. That's not really a concern, but it could be a concern. And if it is, you want to move that stuff. Like I said, it is these, look at my foot. Okay, I mean, just like I said, this stuff is like peanut butter. But this is the kind of things, this stuff right here, you know, this little hole, this little thing like this, it jammed somebody up so bad and got them stuck that they were completely screwed up and had to, you know, resort to different methods of homemade traction boards to get out of this. This kind of stuff will get you every time. Watch it. There you go. Little tip for you. Thanks for watching.